All right, see some reactions. All right, thank you everyone. Okay, so thank you for joining us for our EMB internship sharing 2024. So just before that, just let me briefly ask. Okay, so for those who already have the internship, can you raise up your hand? Raise by clicking the raise button. Yeah. Okay. All right. I see few. All right. Okay. How about those that haven't have their internship? Can you raise up your hand? Yeah, I see quite a few. Right. All right. Okay. So probably those that who joined for today's talks is those that haven't have their internship lah. Okay. It's welcome to ask all the seniors how their experience. So okay. So let's talk about what do you expect. So here we have a total of 4 speakers for today. Okay, which is Ui Su Jack, Hui Yang Xiang, Tay Kai Ying, and Lee Dison. So today it's 4 speakers lah. Right. So throughout the talk, you can note down all their experience. Also, if you have any questions, later we have a Q&A sections. So feel free to ask questions if you really want to know further about it. Okay. So let's welcome Ui Sujik to have talk about his experience.
All right. Thank you, Selena. Can you guys hear me? All right.
Yes.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to you know, get to know about, some internship details and also hear some of our experience so that you can, get better and become ready for the upcoming internship. Yeah. So without further ado, let's start with my experience at internship experience. So last semester was actually my internship semester, so it's because mine is main intake, and I believe maybe some of you guys also main intake or other intakes, but depending on that, you have like your internship will fall on either a long trimester or a short trimester, but it's fine. Usually for short trimester it's actually quite rush. So, but uh, the thing is you have to choose the right company so that you can learn as many things as you can during your internship. But so but here's my internship experience at Tenant Technology, Sdn Bhd. So this company is actually a IoT, a company that focuses on IoT solutions. So maybe this company, because my background is mechatronics engineering, so maybe this will benefit some mechatronics engineering juniors here. Yeah. So as you can see, this picture right here is actually my colleagues. So this one is actually the boss, and then some of these are my colleagues. This was my supervisor. His name is Wai Hong, or you can call him Lawrence as well. Yeah. And so let's get to know a little bit about technology before we dive into what you would usually do there if you have your internship at this company. So this company is actually so this is the logo, and this is the boss. So his name is Mr. Tan, and this company is actually situated at Arada Masara. So it's in Selangor, Arada Masara, Petaling Jaya. So if you want to go from Sungai Long area to Arada Masara, usually it will be around 2 hours. You can uh, take the bus, and then you reach the MRT station. Then you have to take and you have to exchange to the LRT, and then yeah, then you have to take Grab to reach the office. But if you have a car, then that will actually, benefit more because I remember correctly, it should just be around 45 minutes of travel. But anyway, so this company is actually focuses a lot on IoT technology and also some automation stuff as well. So you can see, mainly because IoT, you touch on internet stuff and also big data. So what they do is they have like sensors and also some advanced instruments, maybe some PLCs and the custom-made sensor nodes and things. And then they collect the data from their clients and then they display all the data through a dashboard. And here are some of the solutions that you would usually hear from the colleagues there if you have your internship there. So it's like easy HVAC, easy AOT, next gen manufacturing. Some of these are like the easy HVACs actually just mainly on like air conditioning and ventilation things. And then you have easy AIoTs, like it touches on artificial intelligence and also integrating artificial intelligence with IoT. And then you have next gen manufacturing, which is you know uh, for production lines to make the process more efficient. And then you have easy track, which is for tracking stuff. And then APD. This one is actually not in the Selangor area. It's actually all the way back at the Alostar Kedah, their business for this solution. Because Kedah, there's like more paddy, right? And a lot of paddy fields. So the business is actually situated there. So this is some, just some introduction of the company's solutions. And maybe if you have your internship there, you because sometimes I remember correctly, my colleague last time she had her internship there, and her supervisor just keep asking, "Hey, what do you know what's HVAC? Do you know what is artificial intelligence?" Like he keeps asking her, and then she's like, "No, no, no, I don't know." And like it's like she got you know asked a lot of questions, but for me is actually quite okay. He's quite chill with me. So yeah, I'm not sure why, but usually you want to uh have your internship in this company. These are some of the things that you need to maybe have a general understanding. Yeah. So I mean, don't need to worry too much because the supervisor is actually quite nice. So and he will guide you through the the solutions that they have there. Yeah. So no need to worry too much about that side of things. Yeah. So can let's move on. So let's talk about how's life at Tanner Technology. So here are some of the pictures that I've taken at my work, while I was having my internship there. So right here, the first picture here is actually my workspace. Uh, there's one thing which is this is actually the new office. So last semester, the company they just booked a new office and we have to move in. And the original office I was in is in this room. Now it's called a storeroom because it's actually there's no windows and things. It's a lot of parts. If you go inside, it's like a lot of racks and quite a lot of I would say alien technology. Yeah, but quite interesting. So and then you can see here is actually my colleague's office. I mean, their workspace, their cubicles and things. You can see their items. And then another one is this is one is the if you've done soldering before, then maybe this one's actually a soldering station. So usually when we need to do some modification of their hardware, we will come to the office. I mean the storeroom. Now it's called storeroom. And then we just use the soldering station and also the hot air station to yeah tinker I mean do some modifications, yeah. And then it's not just office, there's also pantry. So if you feel hungry or if you feel thirsty, you can go take some snacks or you know your coffee or something. And then yeah, like it's like free food there, but of course, take it with regulation. Yeah. And also this one's the exterior of the office because we just moved because last semester we just moved in, so actually quite empty. Yeah. But now it's very cold there actually. But they recently they realized that and then they tuned the temperature. Now it's just okay the temperature. So this is some of the some overview of what's the how it looks like in the office and the workspace. So actually if you go work there this is actually where my supervisor sits at, and then usually he will come and check on my progress or just do his own work there. And then sometimes he will interview uh, other students from other universities. They're also taking it. They're also interested to have their internship there as well. And then this one's actually one of my colleagues. Uh, then she's actually quite she does a lot of things now. I mean, usually previously she works a lot on hardware. Now she went to sales. Like every time I see her doing stuff is I feel like, oh, she's really, she's kind of overworking, I would say. But you know quite a it's not really a bad experience. It's not really a bad experience working there. So yeah, let's move on. So another part. So here are some of the tasks that I've done during my internship. So as you can see, these are some of the first two picks here. Uh, if Before I explain about the tasks, if you apply for internship at Tandem Technology, they will give you two options. One if you, since most of you guys are, I think most of you guys are biomedical engineering and also mechatronics engineering, but I think maybe this will benefit more of, for mechatronics engineering students. But later we have some of our guest speakers that have biomedical engineering background. So anyway, so if you go have your internship there, they will let you choose if you want to do firmware, which is like more on software plus a bit on hardware, or you just touch completely on electrical stuff. So that time, because depending on your resume, and for my case, my supervisor assigned me to hardware department, the firmware department. So this one, they'll let you touch on their solutions, their sensor nodes. This one's actually their sensor node, and this one is their gateway. So it's like you have to send data, and then the gateway will transmit it to the cloud and then display it on the dashboard. And then this one is actually if you know human machine interface or HMI, it's actually just it's like your phone, but you use it for work, and then you can view a lot of things. Yeah. So this one, as you can do like a dashboard. It's actually a Raspberry Pi device, and with a touch screen. And I was tasked to modify some of the things in there. And this one actually took me quite long to like get things done because uh the screen is so small. It's very small, and I have to hook it to my computer to look at it, and then just it's quite laggy. So and then there's like a lot of new things inside as well. Yeah, so another thing is you also touch on sensors. So my that time my supervisor let me document some characteristics of a sensor that they purchased from an online source. Yeah, and then this one is actually a temperature sensor module that this one we just I have to like see how what's the supply voltage I need to give it to, and then what's the temperature range it can measure, and then how do I hook it to a microcontroller to, read the data from, and all those things. Yeah, so you have your internship there. Usually they will want you to do documentation, and so another thing is if you have the chance, because my colleague actually, they she did, she actually tried to request for site visits, but uh, I think that time there weren't many site visits opportunity for internship, but I was lucky to have opportunity to have a site visit at the NeutralBase office. So what we did there with my supervisor was we changed their employees attendance system because some of the settings were outdated and we had to help. I was basically just assisting my supervisor to do all those tasks, and it's quite a lot of things, but you know quite an interesting thing to know about how they implement these solutions. So another thing is because previously, I mean, just now I mentioned about dashboards, right? So yeah, they will probably let you create a dashboard. So this one's an example dashboard that I made during internship period. So it's like you have to display some temperature data, humidity data that you collected and then stored in a database. Yeah. I mean, right now I'm speaking a lot of jargon, but eventually, I mean, these things, is the IoT trend, right? So eventually you come across these terms. So not to worry too much. And maybe sometimes because they're starting to sell some products. So they last time they gave me a task to, help them assemble a few things and sensor nodes. Like right here you see this picture. Yeah, so it's actually quite very simple assembly. Just install a battery holder, their PCB, and then into their casing. Yeah, so not very complicated stuff, but uh, there might be a little more complicated tasks, like maybe help them to design a circuit or troubleshoot a circuit. Yeah, but usually, if you go to firmware team, you should expect these kind of tasks. But not to worry too much because like I said, the supervisor is like very nice actually. Because whenever I met problems while handling these tasks, uh, he will actually help me a lot, like answer some of my questions or just uh help me to add a few things so that make the whole process easier for me to do it. Yeah, so I mean, this is just a rough introduction of what I do and what you should expect if you have your internship at Tanner Technology. Yeah. So there's something that I missed out actually because Tenon Technology Company it's actually I would say it's like a startup, but it's actually not a startup because the office is quite small. It's not a big company, so there's only like a few employees. Yeah, so if you go there, you actually if you hang out for just a little long enough, you actually know everyone inside the office. Yeah, but something to point out about nanotechnology is that life there is actually not all about work. It is sometimes we also do recreational activities. So like for this one, uh, we actually had a team building or bonding session with our supervisors. So we went to one Otama, Banda Otama. There's a theme park, and then we went there to do mountain climbing, play some of the games there, play uh, you know um sports stuff, and yeah, it was quite fun actually. And then you have sometimes one of our colleagues uh uh he will invite us to have badminton play badminton every Wednesday and things. So it's like something quite funny is every time I reject him because I was quite busy during that time, he will like, "Hey, why you didn't show up in badminton? You really not how should I say uh not not being active or something." But I mean, I can see that he really wants us to go enjoy sports as well. So yeah, I mean, life is not really all about work there. So it's actually quite a good place to have your internship at. Yeah. So next one is, so what are my final thoughts about this company? So is it a good company? Yeah, is it? It is actually a good company. You can learn quite a lot about the latest trends in IoT technology and also automation, especially on the factory side. So the people there is actually friendly, and the culture there, you know, it's not too how should I say? It's actually quite casual. It's quite relaxing. Except when they're like very urgent tasks, but most of the time it's actually quite chill. So, any improvements that I can think of? I would say they should probably improve a bit on, when interns first I mean, they came into our office on the first day. Maybe they should at least give them a handbook or something to, get them up to speed now. So should you give it a shot? You know, to apply for this company? I would say, yeah, you can give it a shot, but uh, this company because it mainly focuses on IoT technology, so I would suggest that if you want to apply, if you're interested in this company, maybe you can, touch a bit on some of the IoT projects, like maybe Arduino projects, because you can also do some very simple internet projects, like send data to the cloud and also display it, something like what they do as well. Yeah. So with that, this is actually quite a good company to apply. So maybe if you want to know a little more about this company, you can approach me or you can text me or something. Yeah, to ask me any questions, or maybe yeah during the Q&A session you can ask me as well. So for that, I think that's all I have for this my internship experience. So now I'll pass the floor to my my next friend actually. Yeah, it's also background is mechatronic engineering as well. So his name is Yong Xiang. Yeah. Okay, Yong Xiang, floor is yours.
Hello. Thanks, Sujat. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sure. Proceed to the next slide, please.
All right.
All right. I'm Hyung Xiang, a mechatronics engineering student, currently year 3, Sem 3, and I also joined the industrial training for my previous semester at Sofik Automation. Next. The company's office is located at Stella Suite, Puchong near IOI Mall. It's quite convenient if you want to go internship at there, since it's beside the LRT Puchong, so you can just ride the bus and the LRT to reach there. The office at Puchong is just a branch and have around 11 workers in the office, while the headquarters is located at Penang. The headquarters have more than 100 employees. So if you any of you your hometown is at Penang, you can consider to have your internship as well at Sofik. Next. So Sofik Automation is a technology company. It provides solution and service in IT and technology fields. So, for example, the smart factory process automation, IoT devices and solution, and smart cities. Throughout the years, it has successfully delivered different automation solutions to more than 40 MSC and MSE in Southeast Asia. And maybe you can observe what Sofik does from the task I performed during my intern. Later, next. So first, I was given a task to design a camera support stand using the AutoCAD to hold the camera at production line. So the first thing I need to do is to go to the production line to take the measurements. It is at Tyson Food Factory. It's a food processing factory, so I was required to wear the hygiene wear inside the factory. You can see the glove. Okay, next. So the left side is the AutoCAD design, which I have drawn. After discuss with my team and the support staff was ordered, so we bring the product to the production line. You can see at the right image. The camera stand was mounted at the production line, and we took nugget samples using the camera for hours at the production line. It was quite an interesting experience since I've never been into the food processing factory, but I would say it's quite harsh also since the environment there is around 10 or 15 degrees Celsius, and I need to work there for 7 hours. Next. I also went to Yamaha factory. I was required to set up an AMR there. I was there together with my senior to make sure the delivery was done without casualties, and we need to set up the AMR. Like we need to set the IP address, do some mapping, connect to the internet, do some those basically just to set up the MR. So luckily the sellers do provide us the user manual, so we need to learn how to operate the MR based on the user manual. Next. All right, so the next picture is an automated optical inspection machine, and the right is the interface for the vision inspection system. Sofik sells this machine to Sensata Technology to do some quality checking at the production line. What I did was to tune the system parameters to make sure that there was no overkill result. Like maybe the product is defined by the machine detect as a defect unit. So I was involved in the factory acceptance testing, FAT, to demonstrate the machine to the customer. After the FAT, the machine was delivered into the production line, and I was also went to the production line to help and continue tuning the system. Next. So inside the production line, I also did some tiny tasks like measuring the dimensions or the quality of the unit sample. So you can see from the picture, this is the unit for wire bonding. The right picture shows one of the bonding, the wire was broken. And I was also measuring the dimensions like the bond width. Is it too narrow or maybe too big? Next. Okay. Inside the production line, I also install the sensors and connect the wires into the machine. You can observe from the picture, there were two aluminum brackets with the sensors on top of it, and I need to mount them using the Allen key, screw, all those into the machine. But you don't need to worry if you don't know how to mount a sensor because there will always a senior to guide at Sofik. Next. So my final thoughts, is the company environment friendly? Yes, during my first day and my last day at the company, they treat me free lunch and free dinner. So sometimes if you are together with the boss going to outstation, the boss will usually also treat us like when we are eating together. And I can always ask for help if I face any difficulties, even I ask people from different departments. And at sites, the seniors will also always guide us and tell us what to do and what to take notice. And do I recommend this company for industrial training? For industrial training, yes, I do recommend it. As you can see, I went out to sites pretty often, like the Tyson Food Factory, Yamaha Motor, Sensata Technology. You can experience different kinds of working environments and see how the engineers work in different places. From that, you can decide which type of engineer you want to be in the future. Like maybe an R&D engineer, or you want to be an engineer at the production line. Different. There's also a benefit when we go to sites. where the working hours is a bit flexible. Sometimes I get the chance to go home early since we finish the job early at the site. Maybe we can go home like around 4 or 3 if that's we really finish our job lah. Of course, there's also some disadvantage at the company. Sometimes you need to bear the harsh environment, like working at 10 degrees Celsius at Tyson Food Factory for more than 5 hours, or maybe you need to go to the top glove and work at around 60 to 70 degrees Celsius. And I also did not learn much about the technical side throughout my internship, which is why I don't recommend you to work there permanently. And that's all from me. Thank you. Let us proceed to our next speaker, Kai.
Hi everyone, I'm Day Kai and I'm from Biomedical Engineering. I'm here to share about my internship experience. Next. The company that I had my industrial training was in Natsai Vital Health. So Natsai is a budding entity that located at 2 countries, which are Singapore and Malaysia. Their main quarter is in Singapore. They focuses on selling and distributing of rehabilitation product which help in patient recovering from surgeries and injuries. They even partner with the Chattanooga and more, as you can see the figure at the right side. And it is a small firm and it only has around 9 employees. So it's located in the building named Complex Selangor and the office is at the 10th floor. Next. So now I'm going to briefly talk about the tasks I performed in Natsai Vital Health. So the first one was the checklist verification. The supervisor let me understand the components by checking all the components of machine and see whether it's tally with the checklist provided. So next. So the blue thing in the figure is an ultrasound applicator, and I check on this thing to make sure there's transmission of ultrasound. It often have problem as it is fragile inside, and if the buyer accidentally drop this to the floor, the inside ceramic will break. So the figure in the right side is the calibrations for a machine named Intellect Neo. The picture shows 2 calibration methods, one for ultrasound mode and another for electrotherapy mode. And they have their respective ways to perform the calibrations. The following one, next. And the following one was the Active K troubleshooting. Active K is a machine that stimulates the healing process of hips and knee joint. So I disassembled the control board and I placed a new PCB and reassessed the machine to see whether it has any issue. I even had a chance to go outstation. Okay, so I went to Thomson Hospital and these pictures are the machine that available in the hospital. So I performed various performance tests and calibration on these machines. Next. Also, I performed calibration and performance tests on the Triton traction, which is the picture on the left side. So the Triton traction mobilized the skeleton structures such as the lumbar and cervical. And I also troubleshooted the hydro collector and checked which part is faulty. Next. So come to my personal thoughts. I personally think that this company is more on the hands-on stuff. If you are the person that prefer many hands-on, you can go for this company. And also it is at the Pasar Seni station, which you can direct reach it by using MRT. So, but I think the working environment is not really good because the supervisor is not that friendly. But I guess you can neglect that because you go there to learn things. Also, the salary is quite low compared to other companies. I think it's better to not treat this as your first choice. But if you are interested in the rehab field things, then it might be the right one for you. That's all from me. Thank you. Now I'll pass it to Disha, another BI student.
So, good evening, everyone. So, I'm a last speaker for today internship sharing session. I'm Dishan and just finished my internship at Insulet Corporation last semester. Next. So, let me give you a brief introduction to what Insulet does and its product. So, Insulet is a medical device manufacturing industry that produces tubeless insulin delivery system, or known as the Omnipod. So the Omnipod, like shown in the figure, is a portable device that allow you to pass it directly on your skin, and it will automatically deliver the insulin into your body. So as it can store up to 3 days worth of insulin fluid, so it greatly benefits those diabetes patients, since they do not need to keep injecting the insulin with the syringe. So the company is and manufacturing plant is currently located in Galang Batah, Johor. The position that I apply is an intern in the maintenance engineer department lah. So I can say this job is more related to the mechatronics or mechanical engineering field instead of biomedical engineering, since it handle machine and automation stuff more. Next. So Insulet is a new startup company in Malaysia where all the manufacturing machine have not been installed in the plant yet until the last month of my internship period. Thus, the maintenance engineers will have to perform like the machine related documentation, including the preventive maintenance procedure, working instruction for the operator, and machine installation and setup procedure, and some protocol and reports. So this to ensure all the process are well recorded and make sure all the machine are operate in a controlled manner. Next. So other than the equipment, Insulet actually provide tons of physical and virtual training for the employees, especially the company learning management system, where we are required to go through all the modules and small tests to ensure we have acquired good manufacturing practices and responsibility as an engineer. Another training include the safety consideration and the function of each component in the product or the Omnipod. And the most interesting part is the machine training, where we are allowed to learn how the medical device manufacture can be done from the beginning to the final product. So as shown in the right figure, so this is the manufacturing plant of Insulet and all machines are here. So it is called a clean room. So this place is basically isolated from those pollutants, including the airborne particulate matter, like the bacterial stuff and the dust, in the purpose of protecting the product getting contaminated, since the Omnipod is invasive. So although it is quite unfortunate that I couldn't see all the machine fully running, but it was really a good experience to participate in the machine installation phase, as I could learn how maintenance engineer manage a machine. Next. So apart from the work, Israel also emphasize work-life balance, as they celebrate festival and have like small competition between each department in the part of the celebration. So as displayed in the slides. So our engineering department is quite big, but yeah, overstrained so badly. So you can see in the right figure, there was I was assigned as an MC. Yeah, so he's quite nervous to speak in front of those like managers, directors, and vice presidents. But as for my feeling, having those like celebration not only motivate me by stepping away from the stressful work, but it's also foster a relationship with my colleagues, which means it create a very good opportunity for me to socialize with others. So Insulet also encourage the employee to have healthy lifestyle by providing a free badminton facility after work hour. So a positive culture, it cannot be neglected that the people out there are so friendly and helpful. So this actually build a very good environment and quite a, I can say quite a good place for the interns. Next. So as per my information before my internship ended, Insulet actually is currently recruiting more manpower as the company will expand larger in the future production phase. So if you are interested and your CGPA is 3.5 and above, yeah, you may give it a try because it actually provide quite high pay also. So if you want to know more about the details, feel free to message me through the Teams, or you may access the company website and link in that I provided in the chat box. So that's all for my internship experience sharing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for all the speakers for providing their insightful experience. So now is our turn for the Q&A sections. So if you have any questions, feel free to type in the chat box and I will read it out. Okay. So so coming up first, we do have one question. And the question is, what is the career area for biomedical engineering in a company? And which kind of company needed biomedical engineering? So which of the speaker will like to answer the question?
I think this question is because since it's related to biomedical engineering, although I'm in mechatronics engineering, but I can share a little bit some insights that I actually heard from my my academic advisor. So from what I've seen, it's actually um you can go to hospitals, but you can also go for tech companies as well, like companies that focuses on they design robotic arms or uh prosthetic limbs, all those. But that one's just some of the things that I heard. So maybe Kai Ying or Dishan can answer this.
Hi. So I
Yeah.
think for my company, there's I can say there's no much uh not so there's no place for biomedical engineering. Um uh so if like for those R&D department, the biomedical engineering field may need to like went to the headquarter of our Insulet Corporation company at the Acton in the USA.
I think there are two ways lah for biomedical engineer. One is to do sales. One is more to the maintenance and service part. So for the sales part, I think it's like you sell the biomedical product. So for my company, there are also biomedical sales engineer. They sell the rehab product, and also there are the technician, which also engineer. So they in charge of the maintenance, such as the calibrations that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, so there's two ways, I think.
Okay, thank you for the speakers for answering the questions. So hopefully they did able to answer your questions. Okay, we coming up next, we have another question. So okay, The question is about what is the biggest challenge that you have faced during your internship period and how do you solve it? Okay, so maybe all of the speakers can share about the challenges that you met.
Okay, maybe I'll start first for this one. So biggest challenge. Actually, the biggest challenge I would say is time management. Uh, so like as the saying goes, if you have if you have time management, I mean, if you do your time management well, then you have quite a lot of freedom, and that's actually quite true. So because during my internship period, I was tasked. I mean, I was actually carrying out some other co-curricular activities as well. So now now as you can see, I have to like balance between my work or my internship, and then I need to balance, co-curricular activities or campus side of things at the same time. So yeah, time is not really, you know, not a lot to, spend for yourself. So what I, you know, the way, I mean, how do I solve this kind of thing is usually I would start by, targeting my sleep first, because what I noticed is uh every time I try to do all these things, usually uh, I always try to do them when I'm like super tired. So maybe you've heard like people telling you, oh, school life is like you know very stressful, man. If you go to work, then it'll be, quite simple, and like yeah, life becomes more simpler compared to at campus. But maybe I didn't phrase that right, but along the lines of that, yeah, that is not true, because whatever kind of jobs that you do, when you come back home, yeah, when you come back from your office, you feel very tired, and you just feel like, sleeping or something. So uh, what I did was I tried to shift my, sleeping schedule, so I move it to a bit earlier, and so with that I, get a bit more time to focus on my stuff. But this is just a bit that I can share on how the challenge I faced and how I solved it. Or maybe other speakers.
Hi. I did face a challenge where there was a misunderstanding in communication with other departments from the technical department. When I designed the AutoCAD drawing for the camera support stand, which I shown earlier, I thought the LED holders are supposed to be at the side of the camera. But when after I ordered the product, the product came and the technical staff they come, they say they want the LED holders to be at the front and then behind of the camera. Luckily, the support stand is made out of aluminum profile, so it is easy to reassemble. We just reassemble it, and yeah, we managed to mount the LED holders at the front and behind the camera. Overall, is a challenge, not a big challenge, but it makes me know it is important to communicate well during work to avoid mistakes. That's all from me.
Okay, so the biggest challenge that I will face is social. I because the other employees are like higher position than me, so kind of be like afraid to approach them. But yeah, the solution is just push myself out of the comfort zone during the like company event, and during I wanted to trying to get something like the knowledge from them, and yeah, that's it.
Is Kai answering the question? Okay, so I guess that's all for all the questions. So is there any more questions coming from the participants? Any more inquiries that you wish to know? I give a few minutes if you do have. If no,
Maybe in the meantime, I'll share also a little bit on some of the things that you should expect when you apply for internship. So I think main thing is also I mean, like when you approach some of the companies, you can go to Job Street or LinkedIn or other places to look for the companies. But at the same time, you can focus on developing your portfolio as well. So what I mean by that is like you have like a resume. Yeah, you have a resume that is just a single page, and then you usually email it to your HR or something of the company, and then at the same time, if you what I noticed is so to get like a higher chance of the company to enlist you or something, or to hire you for internship, those it's best to prepare a portfolio of your work, like maybe your assignments, what have you achieved during your studies, right? What have you made, what have you built, for like good example would be your assignments or your practical sessions. Like you document it, you put it in a portfolio, like put all the concise details and things. Yeah. So what I noticed, yeah, is a portfolio will also complement quite a lot on whether the company will choose you or or just politely tell you they'll put you in keep in view list. But not don't to worry too much, because sometimes I notice some companies, I think they will also just want to uh they don't really mind too much. They will just straight away accept you. But that depends on the companies that you look for. Yeah, just a bit on just sharing with you guys on some of the things that I noticed like a semester before you apply for your internship. Yeah, sorry for interruption.
all right. Thank you, Sujek, for sharing that great advice. So coming to the comment sections, and I don't see any questions. So I think today will be the end of the talk. All right. Okay. So thank you guys for joining us. Hope you have a great advice from all the seniors here. Thank you.
Hey, I think before that we should have a group photo maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
everyone, can you share like open the cam? 走掉
Everyone leave already.
太 stay
Everyone
forgot
有
about
点
it.
快啊。
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Maybe
People, please,
拍自己人，拍
please
自己
open
人。
cam, please.
yeah.
End recording, end recording, end 了嘛
没有啊。
？End recording 先。
Okay. I'll stop the recording first.
Yeah, stop.